Hello, this is the Voice of Freedom. I apologize for my great absence, my long one. But in recent news, Moscow and Beijing have failed to, they were going to sign an agreement joining together on energy and the global recovery of the economy. But Moscow and Beijing failed to agree on a major energy deal. So, an assistant professor of economics at City University in Hong Kong believes the two economies will only benefit from the mutual cooperation. The whole there was I realized that this was years ago, but the Americans are the United States of America, the nation we have gladly known. We've come to separate ourselves from England in the 1700s, but now there is a chance that we will be invaded by our own troops. I will post a link at the end of this video in the description below, but in 2000, in Swansboro, North Carolina, in March to April 12th, I believe, there was these young officers from around the entire nation. They were being trained by local police and how to they were being trained to arrest, to learn during when martial law isn't active, when it is active, that there's nothing wrong with searching someone's cars or making arrests, but later on they became so arrogant that that's all they did was just arrest people and search their vehicles. In 2005, leading up to the events of Hurricane Katrina, many National Guardsmen started searching homes, taking weapons they sought out and believed were illegal from their original owners. There was this one woman who was brutally attacked, and she was she couldn't have defended herself easy. She wouldn't have had a chance. But they beat her, they left a series of bruises on her, and in all honesty, this is how arrogant our military can be. I am a military son. My father was a Marine for 22 years. My mom works on base. My sister was in the Air Force, and they were in ROTC. Both of them were in ROTC. So I have a military family, yes. But in all honesty, in anarchy against this government would not be the worst thing to happen. 9/11, that was a tragedy. Many people died from those hijacked commercial airplanes. Many do still from the small ones. In anarchy against this nation, the war in the Middle East. No more blood for oil. That's the saying. To prove this, let's look at the invasion of Iraq invading Kuwait in the Middle East. That's the only reason we started being involved in the war on terror. 9/11 was not the cause. That was the cause why we invaded Afghanistan, and that's when we destroyed the Taliban government. Took them out of power, and now it's us and against Iraq. Iraq invaded their tiny neighbor Kuwait so they were trying to reclaim oil fields they thought they claimed were theirs, when in all honesty it was not their country to invade. We went in, because Kuwait was our tiny ally, we went in to help remove the occupying Iraqi forces and the Saddam's Republican Guard. When we removed them, we decided to go and invade Iraq, bomb Baghdad, and all over the place. Many innocent countries now are being bombed innocently. NATO has been saying, from all these drone bombs and unmanned UAV missiles, bombing villages that never had. All they claimed was they were military targets when they killed innocent men, women, and children. In all honesty, the only reason the children and women are fighting with the government against the Americans is because we invaded their country. If we left them alone, terrorism would not really be a threat. So I call upon all my brothers and sisters of their local resistance, the 3%ers. I call upon every American to pay attention to the news, to Russian television, that news channel, CNN, anything. It does not matter. Pay attention to the news. Read up on the military, energy, anything. Read up on it. And then you will understand how much our country really is becoming a dictatorship. Barack Hussein Obama, he's trying to get the troops out of the Middle East. He's been saying he's going to pull them out. But where are we? We are in the early stages of a pre-conflict with Libya for Colonel Gaddafi. Everybody's scrambling around. NATO's dropping bombs on the wrong targets. Brothers and sisters, I call upon you to protest. We need to demonstrate what the government is doing to the world. Show these so-called leaders who are the bad guys. Show them who the terrorists really are. I do support our troops. Don't call me a hippie or a hypocrite. In all honesty, I support the men and women who give their lives for me to do the littler things. But it's not their war. Vietnam wasn't our war. We had no business in there, and many of us died. We ended up having to leave Vietnam. I support our men and women. I do. I support all American troops and other coalition forces. But everyone, I ask, protest our government. It's time for an anarchy. We need to prevent the series of events that would lead up to a martial law for being in effect. Martial law clearly is military presence in a civilian area, and they would basically get so consumed with power that they would take advantage of it. So I ask, protest the government. Let them know we are not here to stand for this. We will not stand for their lies, their promises that they will not keep, and we will fight. We will win against this government. There will be no more war. No more blood will be spilled for oil. Gas prices drop a few cents, but we really need to find solutions for the problems here on our own soil. We cannot stand for this any longer, my fellow Americans. We need to bring down this oppressing government. China, Russia, America, 3 great world superpowers. Iran is coming up with these whole rumors of them having nukes and saying they aren't going to make a bomb. We need to end this madness. In years to come, I can assure you, if we don't do a thing right now, there will be war. World War III. There will be no more soldiers fighting. Albert Einstein said, I know not what World War III weapons will be used to fight with World War III, but I know the weapons that will be fought for World War IV are sticks and stones. Or the saying goes something like that. Please, my fellow Americans and my fellow resistance movement, protest the government. Arm yourselves. Prepare yourselves. Store munitions and food, non-perishables, canned goods. Nothing that you can survive on from a fridge or a freezer. We need to train ourselves. We need to localize and familiarize ourselves with military tactics. Know your land. Know the area you're in. Arm yourselves with guns, pistols, and blades. Become a master of your weapon. And you will, and I assure you, we will have a free America. Our forefathers wanted us to be free. They want us to be free. They still do, even though they are gone. If they were still alive, I assure you this would not be the way they want the world. They would have said something by now. Now, ask yourselves, do you really want to live in a dictatorship in America? Ask yourselves that and think really long and hard on it. My fellow Americans and local resistance, I will see you.